A very good evening to my lecturer, Encik Firdaus. My name is Faith Eli Jeremy from class Kim 120 3A, and today I will represent my group to give a short presentation on our final project, which is on Taylor's University's Academic Library. Now, I will be the only one giving this presentation due to unstable connection, and my group mates are Nurul Iza and Nur Fatiha. Now, for this project, my group and I have been in contact with one of the librarians from Taylor's University. We have asked them several questions through email as well as the Messenger app in Facebook. Now, Taylor's Institution, also known as Taylor's, is a Malaysian private school university located in Sembang Jaya, Selangor. According to the QS World Institution Rankings, it is frequently regarded as Malaysia's best private university. Taylor's Institution began as a private college in 1969 and in 2006 when it was established in Malaysia. It was granted university college status, followed by university status in the year 2010. The British University Vietnam, Taylor's College, Garden International School, Nexus International School, Australian International School Malaysia, and Taylor's International School are all members of the Taylor's Education Group. Taylor's vision is to achieve balanced excellence and be recognized as a leading international university ranked in top 100 universities across Asia by the year 2022. They want to be recognized by all their stakeholders and the higher education sector worldwide as a world-class international university, which becomes consumers' first choice, knowledge transfer strategy, more than just education, and home to high reputation academics. Taylor's library system is designed to support their students and researchers through the transformative power of information discovery and learning. There are two libraries throughout Taylor's campus. One is Taylor's Library in Lakeside Campus and Clinical School Library in Sungai Buloh. Now, each library has a large collection of ebooks, printed books, and online resources on a variety of topics. They also have modern study facilities for personal and group studies, as well as online resources which are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and on campus or globally within a login ID. Now, their current head librarian is Lenawati Razali, while their head information service and collection development is Fauzatul Ahmad Abdul Rahman. Now, libraries gather a variety of forms to support its universal collection, including electronic resources. Now, electronic resources are available in electronic, dialogue, and log format and can be accessed in both online and offline methods through the intranet or the internet using computers, book readers, tablets, and smartphones. Now, this is also the same at Taylor's Academic Library. Now, here are some of the examples of e-resources at Taylor's Library: e-journal collections, e-book collections, e-repository, online databases, online newspapers, and open access resources. However, these electronic resources can only be accessed by Taylor students and their staff members. This is due to this is because that in order to access their resources, one must have a Taylor's identification card. Now, library electronic services and tools offered by the Taylor Library. One of them is delivery service, self-service loans, reference service, interlibrary loan service, print-on-demand services. Now, basically, most of Taylor's Library's operations are using fully automated system and technology. For example, Koha Library Management System, where we use patrons, loans, where they use to manage patrons, loan management, fines management, renewal management, request management, reminders, reporting, and etc. Fine management is done via Maybank QRP Pay, iPay 88, integration with Koha, POS system, CMS, TCIS, student management system, used for bearing or unbearing the students with library outstanding purposes, and SAP HR system to acknowledge and verify staff outstanding for staff clearance. Outstanding for staff clearance. However, there are times when a manual method also being used, especially when dealing with the lecture to acquire references, where librarians were required to extract data manually into Excel, but the percentage is very low. Now this is the now this is the answer that we have received through the librarian's perception. Librarians thought on their current technologies. Now, other than that, Taylor's Library have self-check machine for users to check out or borrow the library books. Then, Taylor's Library also use book return for their users to return their loaned items, which are the books that will be automatically checked in once the book is dropped via machine. For daily tasks, the library also uses book check and staff workstation to on and off the security strips of the physical resources. RFID workstation programs and read the RFID barcode tag and Cougar POS system. Next, Taylor's Library uses a system called Reading List Management System, which is developed by their own ICT team. Now, in line with online learning, their library also uses a model platform which is called Times to conduct information literacy workshops for their users. Now, besides that, Microsoft Teams and Zooms are also being used as a medium for the staff and students. During this pandemic situation, Taylor's Library also uses the Critics VPN for all staffs to perform daily tasks online without requiring them to be physically in the office. After that, the library uses Google Form normally to act as a platform to keep the data centralized. Now, the librarian also provided us with the strengths and weaknesses of their current technologies and with their current ICT. Now, one of the strengths is that their daily tasks will still be able to proceed even during this lockdown situation. Next, the compatibility and compliance of the system with ICT specification and requirement. Third, support strong support and maintenance from ICT and vendors as per SLAs and contract or agreement. Fourth, major systems such as Koha and shared folder is accessible remotely that allows authorized staff to use the system anywhere and anytime. 6. Real-time data. 7. Reduces time. 8. Improve productivity and knowledge. And 9. Central data organized as central data storage. Next are the weaknesses. The first one is some technical issues that require further consultation from the engineer out of Malaysia, in which sometimes takes time to solve as it needs further research and development. Secondly, it is difficult to extract data if it's having with access if having problem with access to the network. Third, some systems do not allow staff to use outside campus. Additionally, on authentication app system require not enabling the staff to access, which will add steps in completing any given task. Now, as for the second problem, I think we all agree that with unstable line, we are unable to access anything. And this is a very major problem, especially among students and lecturers. Now, as for the third weakness, um, this is because you need to be inside a certain within the university area in order to gain authentication for certain things. So it becomes a problem because we are currently in the MCO, so we would have to work from home. Next is the library's ICT future plan. Now, the evolution of ICT is in line with the development of the country. Currently, technology is very essential to increase the productivity and accessibility towards our users. Now, as a librarian, they realize that without technology, especially during the pandemic, there will be a limitation to reach their students. I mean, their users. Nowadays, they require technology to deliver information and services to their users. Now, ICT provide convenient platform for staff to work remotely, for library users to access university resources from anywhere. The use of ICT in their daily operation helps in performing operations and services efficiently and effectively in order to maintain the best quality service. The data kept in equipment and apps are recorded in real time and helps to find the most accurate and updated records and preserve them in the system according for the future reference. Now, with the availability of the ICT tools to complete tasks and deal with the users, time can be used wisely and staff can be more productive in multitasking. Therefore, ICT components and tools is essential to support the operation of the library. Next is the librarian's perception towards the ICT. Now, one of the questions we ask the librarian at Taylor's University is their perception towards the ICT. They replied that Taylor's library also does not want to be left behind in the pursuit of the use of technology. Therefore, they will keep searching and identify the potential equipment, tools, or applications that can be utilized by the Taylor community to support their teaching and learning for better customer experience. Now, for example, small smart shelf, similar product used by Post Malaysia, is to keep reserve books by the user who is unable to collect the books during operation hours. Online discussion rooms, booking that can be integrated with student and staff management system to verify the requesters. Other than that, they also try to identify the potential technology to support energy savings for the library facilities and buildings. In addition, they also move forward to provide our users with floor mapping features for the students to easily locate the collections in a library and determine any possibility of the integration between the system to eliminate duplication of work. Now, in conclusion, the adoption of ICT has revolutionized service provision in Taylor's University Library and their general information management systems. Now, this has transformed both services to digital, such as e-databases and resources. In these days, within the developing world, most libraries are moving towards transforming their existing traditional services to digital systems that include this includes Taylor University Library, which is allowing them to tap and benefit from the vast advantages of ICT. Now, one of the advantages of ICT is operation cost reduction, increases efficiency, and on-the-fly abil- ab- availability of information. A lot of data has reallocated from printed media to e-media and has likewise given numerous gets to the sources. Now, ICT has impacted every sphere of the academic library activity, especially in the form of library collection development strategies. ICT presents an opportunity to provide value-added information services and access to a wide variety of digital-based information resources to their clients. Not only that, but the use of ICT has also led to the speed of library operation services such as fulfill using and classification, acquisition, processing storage, retrieval, and dissemination of operations. The use of ICT technologies differs in different libraries, that is considering the storage, retrieval, and dissemination operations. Now the use of ICT, I am so sorry. Now, the use of ICT technologies differs in different libraries, considering the scope, objective, and funds available, and has some distinguished qualities in every stage of development. Now, in this modern era, libraries are dependent on ICT based tools and services to fulfill the high expectation from their users. Therefore, academic libraries in this era will be assessed more on their ability to satisfy their current users' need for information and their ability to link their users to electronic databases scattered worldwide, and not necessarily on their ability to buy or subscribe to information materials on paper forms. Now, that is all for my presentation. Thank you for listening.